Hi guys, I thought I'd do a quick welcome to the course introduction video for you just to give you a little bit of information about the class and about Moodle and how the assignments will work and like how to complete the blogs and how to submit assignments. So I'm Nancy Rich, your instructor for the class, as you've probably already figured, and I'm going to post this in an announcement to send out, but I'm also going to post this in the week 1 information just so you can go back and look at it if you need to. Let me share my screen with you, if you'll bear with me for a second, and pull up the course here for you. So what we have here, we have our Moodle course, and hopefully you've already figured out how to log into Moodle, and you have done the syllabus quiz. It looks like most of you have done that, and I've been going through and trying to check those. Sometimes Moodle is really picky about the way you enter the textbook name on that specific question. So I've tried to correct those as much as I can. If you put it in correctly, it didn't give you credit for it. I may have gone back and given you credit for that. So hopefully you've done that. If you've not done that, you need to do that right away, because the rest of the course does not open up until you actually do that syllabus quiz. So you can do it and score a low grade on it and everything will still open up, but you still at least need to do it. One thing about that quiz, it is due by May 31st, which is Friday. Other assignments aren't due this week until June 2nd, but that is due first because we have to get you as entered into the class. And so you have to complete some assignment by May 31st in order to stay enrolled. Also, it is actually a grade. It's an easy grade because you can do it as many times as you want till you get 100. But I do add that in as a daily grade just to give you credit for doing it. So if you scored like a 60 on it just because you were just clicking through and not paying attention, make sure you do go back and do it again and get a better grade, just because it may be a small grade, but it's still a grade. So get the best grade you can. So hopefully you found the syllabus and you've read through that. You've done the syllabus quiz. I've also got the academic integrity policy in there and my contact information. Please use that. It should show up at the top in this course information section right here always. But I've also got a block over here with my picture and my phone number, my email, and my office location. My office is on the Caldwell campus in H Building 116. You're welcome to come see me. But to be perfectly honest, I know you guys are probably working on things in the evenings and weekends, and so email may be the best way to reach me. Plus, that way, if I'm in a meeting or if I'm, somewhere where I'm not actually at my phone or in my office, I can still get your email and respond to you. I do normally try to respond to emails within a day. I check my email every day, several times a day. So if you've emailed me and I haven't responded, you may want to check back, because I usually try to get back to you right away. I don't get things graded that quickly, unfortunately. I wish I could. But I do usually respond to emails within a day. So if I've not responded to you, either it's just gotten lost in my inbox and I apologize, or I did not get your email. Generally, I respond to things right away. I try to make sure to respond to students as quickly as possible. Okay, so the course information section is always going to show up there. When you enter the course, you'll see that you can kind of scroll through the weeks. You may not see everything for each week as you're just scrolling, though. Sometimes it'll just want to show you the week and the label here, the list of assignments, but it may not actually show you all the assignments. You can, however, click on the words week 1 as you scroll and then get to everything if it's not showing up for some reason. Or over here on the left-hand side, you have shortcut links to each week. That'll come in really handy when you're on week 7 and week 8 and you don't want to have to scroll through all that stuff. So when you get there, you can just click to week 7 and easily go to all the information in week 7. So just to let you know, you've got these little shortcut links over here. I find that helpful for you. I hope you find that helpful as well. Just to, let's see, I covered the syllabus quiz. Just let's look at week 1 really quickly and look at the way the assignments are and the way the assignments are done. And there do seem like there's quite a bit of assignments in this class each week. Remember, this is normally a 16-week class, so we're sort of doubling everything up. So we're sort of doing 2 weeks into every one, which is why, you're going to have 2 blogs for every week, and you'll also have some other assignments here and there. So for week 1, you're going to do the syllabus quiz, and that one's due by May 31st. I maybe should have noted that there, but that is due by May 31st. And then everything else is due by June 2nd. Complete the CFNC profile evaluation and submit, and complete the Moodle week 1 blogs 1 and 2. Anything that is in bold is something you have to submit. That doesn't mean you don't have to do the other stuff, because obviously you're going to need to read chapter 1 and you're going to have to go to CFNC and do those activities in order to do this thing that you submit. but I tried to make sure that I pulled out all the stuff in bold that you actually have to submit through Moodle. So there's two things that you were doing here. We're submitting an assignment and we're also doing a blog. I just wanted to kind of touch on both of those. For this assignment here, this CFNC profile evaluation, you will go to this website and you will do what I'm asking you to do there. You'll complete the interest inventories, and I say up here I want you to do the interest profiler, the work value sorter, and the career key. If you open this file right here, it tells you how to get there. So you can open this Word document and it tells you how to get there. So basically, while you're at this website, you're going to complete this form. And if I click on it, you'll see it just opens up as a Word file. I'm hoping you guys are seeing this. There we go. So you get the Word file, and it tells you basically, go to this website, click on plan, click on for a career, and then learn about yourself, and then do the interest profiler, the work value sorter, and the career key. And once you've done those, then you'll basically fill out this form. You'll fill out this form in whatever program you use, whether it's Word or Google Docs or whatever, and then you'll save it back to your hard drive. And then when you save it to your hard drive, you will come down here to this submission link. It's a hand that has a little piece of paper in it. And you will click on that and click on Add Submission, and that's where you will upload it for me to read. So this is the form you fill out, and then this is where you submit it. I've tried to make that clear. If you read through the instructions, it basically tells you once you've created your profile, you'll use this evaluation and then upload it using the link below. And then here I say, you know, complete that evaluation worksheet and submit it here. One note here, Moodle does not work with Pages files. So if you use Pages, like if you have a MacBook and Pages is kind of the default word processing program that you have, I cannot access those files. That does not mean that you have to go buy something new. You don't have to go buy Word or Adobe or anything like that. In Pages, there's a way when you go to save your file that you can save it as a Word file or you can save it as a PDF file. So you can still use Pages, you just can't submit a Pages file. I need to have it submitted on time and as a doc or a PDF. If you also want to use Google Docs, because Google Docs is free and easy and saves things automatically, so you can use that on the internet, and a lot of students like to use Google Docs. You can also save things as a Word or a PDF file there. Just go to the File menu, download as, and then save it as a Word or a PDF file, and then upload it to me. Make sure when you submit that, I can't show you because I'm logged in as an instructor, so I can't show you what the submission link looks like. But when you go in there and you click Add Submission, it'll ask you to add a file, and you do that, and then make sure you click Save. You should get a green bar that says Submitted for Grading. Make sure when you're submitting an assignment this way, you always get that green bar that says Submitted for Grading. If it still says Draft or if it says something other than Submitted for Grading, scroll down to the bottom and make sure you click Save or Submit. So that's the first kind of assignment we'll do. The second thing we're going to do this week is a blog. And when you do the blog, basically you just click on the blog. I can show you this one. You just click on the blog. And these blogs generally refer to either the reading, they kind of apply the reading that you've done to yourself and your life, or they may be another assignment that you've had to do, like the goal setting assignment is the next one. What you'll want to do here is you'll want to go and click on the blog like I just did, and notice that you're going to see everybody else's assignments here. So the blogs are sort of like a class discussion. Just pay attention to that because I want you to know that what you're typing other students can see. So don't type anything too awfully personal there, things that you wouldn't want to share with the class. But you can see everybody else's. You can read through and see some of these folks. Some of you guys have already done it, and that's great. So you can kind of see what people are doing. Please note the due date, and please note that they have a 200-word minimum. So if you only give me 100 words, you're going to get a 50% because I want 200 words. I want a good sized paragraph for each of these activities. I want some thought in there. The due date, if you read the syllabus carefully, you see that assignments are only accepted up to 24 hours late. So you really need to get your work in on time. If it's due on June 2nd and you turn it on June 3rd, you're going to lose 15 points. So I will accept late work up to 1 day late, only up to 24 hours late for a 15-point reduction, and that's it. So if you submit on June 4th, it will not be accepted. On the assignments, it's the same way. If they are due by June 2nd, you will be able to submit it on June 3rd. You will not be able to submit it on June 4th. On tests, I should note this. I know we're talking about the blogs, but I should note this. I do not take tests late. So if a test is due by a certain date, it's due by a certain date. There's not a 24-hour grace period on a test. You have an entire week to take that test, so it needs to be done by the due date. One more thing before I get into submitting the blog. I know that sometimes students have the habit of realizing things are due on Sunday, so they sort of log in on Sunday afternoon and figure out what's due. Please don't do that. You've got all of these assignments for the whole semester already loaded in here. So you can be looking at it as you go. You know what's due in week 2, week 3, week 4. It helps you plan in case you have a vacation. But there are some assignments that you will not be able to do in just an hour or two. Especially when we get to like the e-portfolio at the end, or that MAP assignment, which is the My Academic Plan. I'm asking you to plan out the courses that you need for your community college and your university experience, since this is a college transfer class. That's going to require you to do a little bit of research ahead of time and maybe even meet with an advisor. So if you log in on that Sunday and realize that's what's due, you're going to be way behind. Make sure you get in the habit of logging in on Sunday, Monday, sometime at the first part of the week, and see what's due for that week, and then be working on it sort of all week long. Please don't try to log in on Sundays and get all this work done, because you'll get behind very quickly. All right, so back to my blogs. So for the blog assignment, I've logged into the blog and I click on add a new topic, and then it's almost just like sending an email. I'm just going to type in, about me or whatever I want as my subject line, and then I will type my information here. And note that I have the prompt up here. So I've given you some leading questions. For this one, for example, self-assessment, is there anything that you've never considered? Anything in your interest and values you didn't anticipate? What about work values? Have you ever thought about this before? Discuss all of this stuff maybe while you looked at chapter 1, or to be honest, the CFNC activity, because it's about the same thing. So really it's just an open-ended, a couple paragraphs or a good-sized paragraph here that I want. Now you feel free if you want to, because Moodle does not tell you how many words you have as you're going. It doesn't tell you until you submit it. Feel free to type this in Word or type this in Google Docs and then copy and paste it over if you want to do that. That may be an easier way to see if you've got the 200 words before you get done. But you can type it, you can think you get to around 200 words, and then you can go down here at the bottom and click Post. And then once you've posted it, it will tell you how long your response is. So it tells me, for example, my response is 8 words, and obviously I'm about 192 words short. For 30 minutes or so, I can still go in and edit it. So if I see that, I can be like, oh my gosh, I need to write more. I can type edit. I can click edit, and I can go in and I can add more. If for some reason that time expires, let's say, for example, you post it, you realize it's not quite long enough, but you've got to go pick up someone from school and then come back, and when you come back, it's too late. Just reply to yourself. When you're in your post, you may have to click on discuss this post to get back into it. But when you're in your post, just click on reply. And there you can just basically reply to yourself and add more if needed. And you could add another whole paragraph or whatever there. When I go in to grade it, I'm going to see your original post, and I'm going to see your added post, and it's all going to be there together, and it's all going to be good. So if you are having trouble with the word limit, or you try to get something done really quickly and you don't get enough words in there, just go back and add more. That will be fine. When I go in and view your response, I'll see your response and your reply. Now, I'm actually going to delete my response here so that y'all don't have to read that silliness later. But at any rate, just know that everything's available there, and obviously I can see when it's posted. So this needs to be posted by June 2nd at 11:59 p.m. If it's posted on June 3rd, it'll be late, but obviously it would still be better to be late than not at all. So if you don't get done by the 2nd, then make sure you absolutely get done by the 3rd. So there should be 2 blogs each week and other assignments. This week, like I said, it's that CFNC activity, and then it's blogs 1 and 2. If I go ahead and look ahead to week 2, then I'm going to see that we've got a college path activity. Again, here's the form, and then here's where you submit it. And there's a career plan. That one involves a website. So the career plan, you'll go to the Outlook Handbook website, complete this activity, and then submit it. And then you have 2 blogs that I think are due. And then a lot of times I have extra links in here. If one of these links doesn't work or something, a lot of the times this is just additional resources. It's not necessarily something you have to complete the class. It's just extra information I thought will be helpful. So hopefully that helps out. When you get to week 3, I think we have our first test. It's either week 3 or week 4. It's week 4, I think, we have our first test. I think I'm telling you to review for it in week 3. But your academic plan is due in week 3. So this is the one where you may want to actually have met with an advisor ahead of time. So just to give you an idea of what's coming up. Week 4, we're going to actually have that first test and start our e-portfolios. So that's when the test is going to be available. This e-portfolio is a major assignment. It's a website you're going to build. Don't let that scare you off. The Wix.com website or the Google Sites website allows you to build a website pretty easily. And I've given you links to that. There's also a section over here called e-portfolio resources that'll help you with that. Some of the assignments that we do in the class, you're going to repost on that website. So that career plan I just talked about, or this personal narrative assignment here, the map, the academic plan that you're doing, some of those things will be reposted on that assignment. So you're not going to be doing everything from that website from scratch. You will have done some of those activities along as we go. All right, let's see if I've got everything there. I've talked about the syllabus. I've talked about the assignments for week 1, the late policy. The only other thing I can say about this class is this really should be an easy A. Yes, there are quite a few assignments, but keep in mind this is normally a 16-week class, so we're sort of combining everything into 8, so it's sort of like you're doubling up. We're almost doing 2 weeks worth of work every week. All of the assignments in the class pertain to you and your career goals and your educational goals. So you're going to get out of this class what you put into it. And I think I put that in an announcement already. It's one of those things where you may not know what you want to do with your life, and this course sort of pressures you into making a decision. And that's fine. You're not tied into the decisions you make in this class. We're giving the tools to research. And I'd rather you do a little bit of research, figure out that's not for you, rather than spend 4 years at school trying to figure out something that's not for you. So do the research on 2 or 3 different careers if you need to, in order to sort of assure that you're making the right decisions. Some of you already have your career plan in mind, and you may even be getting ready to leave Caldwell and go ahead and transfer to a 4-year school. And that's fine too. The information in this course is not too late. You will get out of this course what you put into it. Use these career research tools, use this academic planning tool, use this e-portfolio that we build. Use all of this to really solidify your goals and make sure that what you want to do in this class is what you want to do with your life, basically. You may spend 40 years in whatever career you go into, so let's make sure that you choose those well. Okay, so just wanted to go over those couple things with you. You've got my information here on the side. If you need to contact me or email or call or whatever, let me know. One more thing, I guess, the Academic Support Center and the Writing Center on each of the campuses, whether you're at Watauga or whether you're at the Caldwell campus, those folks have tutored students in this class before. They have helped with those academic plans. They've helped with the portfolio. They've helped with just submitting blogs. So if you're getting a little overwhelmed with the work or how to do the work in the class and you can't get a hold of me, or you're on campus and just want somebody to walk through it with you, feel free to contact the folks in the Academic Support Center or in the Writing Center. There's someone there that can help with this and can kind of help show you how to open a file, save it, complete it, and then upload it back into Moodle the right way. But please let me know if you have any questions. I see that several of you have already submitted some assignments already, so I'm going to try in the next day or so to go ahead and get a jump on getting some of that stuff graded. But do try to work early if you can, and just let me know whatever your questions you have. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I look forward to a great semester. Y'all have a good day. Thanks.